How you doing, everybody? This is Coach Frank Bisarek, and today we're going to talk about the launch position. Now, there's a couple steps into hitting. We've talked about a few of these in a couple other videos. Number one is your stance, where you feel uncomfortable. Number two, we're talking about the load, which is the coil, where you can feel the coil on this backside. It's not a lean back and lean forward. Our next step is the launch position. You may have seen this online or from other coaches. I teach the same way. I believe the same way in this is that we've got to go through progression, right? We go from load to launch. When we're in launch is when we rubber band, or as our foot goes forward, whether you're a stepper, a small strider, or however you do that, whatever's comfortable with you is fine. You just got to understand they're different steps and motions. So again, the load coil, feel the weight back there. You can lift your leg, however you want to do it, right? You can, but basically it's a sit down here and a turn. We go to launch, big step or small stride like I do, and now we're in the launch position. And as you can see, my head again is in between my feet. So I'm in a good athletic position. My legs are bent. And now as my foot, as I go from load to launch, you see my hands extend back, almost like I'm hiding my hands from the pitcher, but it's in unison. So feel like a rubber band stretching. Foot goes forward, hands go backwards and stretch. I still feel the pressure here from the load. Now I'm ready to fire. Okay, and now I'm ready to launch the bat, launch the body. Okay, so when we're in launch, there's a couple sequences that we want to do. Okay, so I'm going to start here in the launch position where I'm here. I've already stepped, so my foot's down. Now that my foot's down and my hands are extended back, okay, then I'm going to start with my hips. So a little kick with my back knees. You can see I'm making a little bigger so you can see it on there. But I'm here, so we're going to start that little kick with the hip so I can, or the knee, so I can start my hips. As my hips go, then my hands go. Now, it's very important. We're keeping all this together and close. So we're launching towards the ball. Everything's in close. My hands now are traveling ahead of my back elbow. You don't want to get elbow in front. And back elbow, everything's tight here. And if you notice, I'm keeping everything close and tight here. I'm in a good athletic position. When I meet the ball in launch position, notice how my arms aren't fully extended out. Once I hit the ball, then we extend arms and follow through. So the launch position is the next progression from load. When you're practicing, if you go to the cage, if you're doing T work at home or with other coaches, get to the launch position, or if you're standing there relaxed, load, and stepped, where are you comfortable? Okay, keep an athletic stance, keep things in the middle. Our hands are back. Now, if we get to launch position, load to launch in plenty of time, if it's a curveball, if it's a bad pitch, you're already there in plenty of time. As the ball's coming, you see it, you can easily then follow it back and you're good to go, right? Or if it breaks outside, you're already in launch, you can just stride and go after that ball. And if you notice with my shoulders, I'm not taking my hands low or high. It's the shoulders at whatever angle. If the ball's low, it's more of an angle. High shoulder here. If it's a higher pitch, lower shoulder, okay? So when you're in the load position, practice your shoulders and turning all of this as a unit, okay? Don't throw your hands out there. We've talked about that before. And definitely don't load and swing. We're not going back and forth. So we're going to keep this a little brief. I'm not going to go on much longer. But remember, launch is the next step from load. Take some practice swings from launch. So basically, foot's down, hands are extended back. As soon as that foot hits and you like the ball, Then you kick this knee so you can start the hip, hands, getting it through, good level, hit the ball forward and out, okay? So hips, hands, start with the foot. Foot, hip, hands, and through. This is Coach Frank Bisarek. Make sure if you go to the batting cage, you're practicing reps at home, take less reps, practice doing it right, and things will come together actually a lot faster for you. So practice hard, play fast, have fun. We'll see you next time.